Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe. It's tarot readings from the heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. Just to let you know how the reading's going to go, we do your weekly check-in first. Then we have a look at more specifically your work, stroke finance, and we also have a look at your love life during the week. I'd like to say, guys, thanks ever so much for joining me this week for your reading. And yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hi there, welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart, guys. This is your week ahead reading. We're looking at the 15th to the 21st of June 2020. For the reading this week, guys, we are using the Dark Mansion Tarot. I haven't used this in a minute. For a long time this hasn't been used. I love this deck so much, and it's actually the deck that I use to take all my thumbnails for the videos a lot of the time. So I've got two of these, one of the regular, this is the regular, and I've also got the large version. Really in love with this deck, so I thought, yeah, let's get this one out. So yeah, we're going to use the Dark Mansion Tarot. And we're going to use the Dark Mansion Tarot. I think we're going to use that for the career reading. We'll use this for the career reading. We're going to use the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot deck. Usually I would use this as my private study deck, actually. But I was using it yesterday evening, and I really love just the imagery, so I thought I'd just use it for the YouTube reading. So we're going to use this one for your general reading. So we're looking at general with the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, and we're looking at your career reading with the Dark Mansion Tarot. And for your love reading, we're going to use probably my favourite deck of all, besides this one, close to the Dark Mansion Tarot, the Everyday Enchantment Tarot. I'm using my trimmed deck as well, the deck that I trimmed and edged myself, so I'm going to use this one for the love reading. And finally, for your spiritual advice, we are using the Crazy Sexy Love Notes, which I just started using, I think, last week. I really love it, by Chris Carr. Finally, I forgot to mention, if we want to clarify anything, I'm using my miniature Bohemian Tarot. You get this from, oh God, I can't even remember the site that I get this from, but it's such a good deck. It's an indie deck, really beautiful. So we're going to use that as a miniature, all right? Okay, guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hi, Cancer. Welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading now. We're doing the 15th of June, which is a Monday, through to the 21st of June. We're looking at your general, your career, and your love. So yeah, let's get started on this. Okay. So, Cancer, we've got your cards down. Let's have a look at what the messages are. Let's have a look at the general messages. So, the general message is the Fool. Time to take a risk. Time to take a leap of faith. Let's have a look at the next one. The Lovers. You know what? I feel that it's an interesting one, but it depends on how you read that combination, because you might be freeing yourself from a partnership here, because the Fool is outside of that Lovers card. So, it's almost like he's leaving behind what this is here. The Lover's energy, but this could also be new love as well, because when you get the Fool energy, it's something that's new, and then the Lovers is a relationship. So there could be something like a new relationship. Or let's have a look at the third card showing here. No, I think that this is a new relationship. For some of you Cancerians, I think the message is that there's a new relationship, a new partnership, and I think it's coming in quickly. I think it's coming in very quickly, because you've got a Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords can talk about something swiftly happening. So I think it might be telling you that a new relationship, new being the Fool, relationship being the Lovers, is actually coming in really quickly with that Knight of Swords energy showing here. It could be somebody, Three of Wands, from afar. Somebody from abroad, perhaps, with the Three of Wands energy showing there. Because, no, oh, sorry, that's the Two of Wands energy showing here. Could still be somebody from afar, somebody from abroad. I mean, the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands can actually talk about people from other countries, for example. So it feels like there's a new relationship coming in really quickly. It feels with that Two of Wands energy that this may be somebody that's from abroad, for example, somebody from afar. Two of Wands energy showing here. Now the Eight of Swords. That's interesting, because the Eight of Swords shows a lack of commitment, and the Eight of Swords also shows maybe negative ideas or negative thoughts with the Eight of Swords showing here. Let's think about this then. So the message is a new relationship, new partnership, new relationship that may be coming in very quickly. Two of Wands. I'm reluctant to say that that's actually somebody from abroad. I mean, it could be somebody from abroad. I'm reluctant to say it's that, actually, with that Two of Wands now. The Two of Wands can also mean staying in your borders. Like, it's the card about remaining in the safe place, not going beyond your borders. The Eight of Swords energy. Pay attention to your insight. I'm getting with that Eight of Swords that one needs to pay attention, that you need to pay attention to your insight. Even though the Eight of Swords can be the card of negative thinking. The Two of Wands energy. The Two of Wands is sometimes reluctant to come out of its safety zone. Some of you guys actually might be saying that, unfortunately, you may be reluctant to come out of the safety zone due to kind of negative thoughts. Let's clarify what those are, actually. I'm going to ask what it means by that Two of Wands and the Eight of Swords together in terms of this reading. So, because it could be telling you to stay there. Maybe to pay attention to your thoughts with the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords isn't always a bad card. Let's have a look. What do you mean by that Two of Wands? It could also be, though, that the partnership is restrictive, because the Eight of Swords talks about a restriction, and the Two of Wands could be kind of travel, or it could be, you know, this new venture, or making plans is restrictive or something, because the Two of Wands can be the planning stage as well. It's the new enterprise, it's the new venture. What I'm seeing here is the new partnership is coming in quickly, but it might be with the Two of Wands energy that making steps towards this being with the Two of Wands might be restrictive. It may be because of the state of the world at the moment and what's going on. I'm actually going to leave it at that, but we're going to just clarify what it means by that Two of Wands and the Eight of Swords. What do you mean by the Two of Wands and Eight of Swords in two cards? Let's have a look. The King of Wands. Okay, so King of Wands could be a person, but I think that this is more about inspired action or just spontaneity with the King of Wands energy showing here. Okay, so the King of Wands and the Lovers, you've got the Lovers card showing there as well, and it means the King of Wands. I think that this is taking action, probably getting close. This could be a sexual thing as well, because I'm not going to read this as a person, but I'm asking, well, what do you mean by the Two of Wands and the Eight of Swords? What do you mean by that? And I think that this is kind of taking action, because the Two of Wands is the first sign of action we really get within the Wands. We get the Ace of Wands, inspiration and ideas and creativity, something new emerging. And then the Two of Wands, we're taking that creativity and that idea, and we're starting to, you know, we're starting to take shape on that. We're starting to put the plans into place. With the Two of Wands energy, we're starting to build this thing with the Two of Wands, and then we start to launch it with the Three. So I actually feel with this Two of Wands, maybe action is limited here concerning this, and it's saying it's about the King of Wands and the Lovers. So it just feels like I wouldn't read this, it wouldn't make any sense to read it as a person, the King of Wands, but more to say taking, you know, inspired action or taking action at the most. The Wands are all about action, and with the King you're definitely taking action because they take charge. So taking action in getting close. Okay, so it feels like getting close to this person. What it's trying to say is it's literally kind of taking action. Getting close with that Lover's energy is limited with the Eight of Swords energy showing there. Should have a look at what the third card would have been. Page of Coins. So the Page of Coins for me is all about the need to be cautious. Okay, so taking baby steps as well with the Page of Coins. Page of Coins is also about learning. Pages are exploring things. But for me, there is a need to be cautious as well. Page of Coins can represent skepticism and cautiousness. And it's funny, when you get the Page of Coins in various decks, it actually shows the Page of Coins usually with a shield. Funny that the shield is behind it here, but usually the shield is in front, which shows protection, or it can show the need to be careful or cautious. So needing to be cautious, probably taking action, getting close, the need to be cautious with the Page of Pentacles. I think it's probably something to do with what's going on right now. So, and also because it's a new relationship as well, I'm seeing here, Cancerians. I think that the universe is trying to say to you is that in your general reading, the advice is that there is a new relationship. The Fool and the Lovers, there's a new relationship here that's coming in swiftly with the Knight of Swords energy. But I feel with this Two of Wands, or it could be there's a new relationship, possibly it could be with a Gemini maybe, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I think this is more about coming in swiftly. So a new relationship is coming in swiftly. But I feel, but that actually thinking about it, of course, the Two of Wands also means distance. Of course, I was trying to think of something else with this card. It means distance. is restricting. So distance is restrictive with the Eight of Swords, because with the Eight of Swords you're restricted from doing things. It's not just a card about negative thoughts. It's, if you look at this card here, Cancerians, if you look at this hand here, that the way that this person is bound, it shows restrictions. So a new full relationship, lovers, is entering your life rather quickly with the Knight of Swords, but distance, Two of Wands energy, may restrict you. All right, and those restrictions are you guys getting close. So you taking action with the King of Wands in terms of getting close to this individual, showing here, and vice versa. It might be with the Page of Coins energy, there's a need to be cautious, or it might be that you're being a little bit kind of like careful, cautious around that with the Page of Coins energy showing here. Or having to even wear, you know, protective clothing. Page of Coins can show like one is protecting themselves with a shield, and that shield can be the, you know, the protective clothing that people have to wear right now. So it just feels like the universe is trying to tell you that there's a new relationship coming in, but distance may restrict the flow of the relationship, especially if you're having to wear all this stuff to meet up or things like that. So I think that's what the universe wants you to know. It's nice that a new relationship is coming in, but it's not. It feels like you won't be able to kind of explore this relationship in the way that you would have explored it in the past, and that there are new ways that you're going to have to navigate this relationship coming in, Cancerians. Let's have a look at the work reading. So for work, what is so we've got a Hangman, and the Hangman can sometimes mean delays with the Hangman showing here. Let's have a look at the next one. Right, but yeah, I mean, I am kind of getting delays in terms of work. And with the Devil energy, there seems to, again, to be this word restrictions or problems with the Devil energy showing here. So I'm getting delays. I mean, the Hangman and the Devil, you know, if you were to look at them probably, I don't know, astrologically wise, it's ruled by Neptune. So there's a sense of needing to elevate oneself from the chains of that Devil. All right, the Devil is Capricorn and it represents boundaries, you know, ruled by Saturn, and this is Neptune. So there's a need to elevate oneself from boundaries with the Hangman and the Devil, but also just in terms of work readings, that Devil can represent problems and the Hangman can represent delays. Let's have a look at the next one showing here. The Queen of Wands. I think that this may be a person showing here. This Devil and the Queen of Wands energy showing here. It feels to me like you've got a person here that the Devil is kind of contextualizing who this individual is. They're describing, because usually the card before this, like a court card, would probably describe who that person is. So you might have a very difficult boss, for example, here. So the Hangman actually feels like it's saying to me, Cancerians, in work, there's a need for you to kind of just elevate yourself above this. Probably this person looks like an absolute work fiend. When you get devils in work reading, you could actually be dealing with somebody who likes to crack the whip, somebody who is extraordinarily likes to micromanage everything, somebody who's always who's a very difficult boss, or somebody who likes to tie people to their desks. Now, a lot of you may be working from home at the moment, that type of thing, but I think that there is a need this week, 15th to the 21st, to try and elevate yourself from whoever this person is, this Devil and the Queen of Wands together. This feels like, because the Queen of Wands can be a very kind of outgoing, she's very motivated, she's on her own, she's great. But with the Devil, I think showing with the Devil, this is not such a great individual. This person is very bossy, I would probably say, with that Devil and the Queen of Wands energy. I think that this person is probably very controlling and very bossy. Queen of Wands likes to boss people around, she likes to crack the whip, and with the Devil being really kind of controlling and difficult to work with, I'm getting a very kind of driven and very bossy type of a boss here, and there may be a need to try and elevate yourself, try and ignore whatever this person is doing in that week. Okay, yeah, I mean, the Temperance energy here, the Temperance energy is all about trying to balance things out, so slowly and surely just trying to balance it and cool things down as well, with the Temperance energy showing here. The Knight of Pentacles shows up here. So the Knight of Pentacles is work, balance in work. So balance of the Temperance energy showing here. Temperance can also be that you're testing the waters in terms of a job here. Some of you guys may actually be in the first flushes off the job. You may actually be on trial here. Like you might be on a trial concerning work, because the Temperance card is also kind of where you're testing. Can you see the foot in the water? It almost feels like you're testing the waters. The waters are being tested in terms of a job. So it may be with the Hangman being the card that says you have to put up with things as well. The Hangman can be that you have to... what's the word that I'm looking for? You just have to, you know, accept. So this is all about acceptance as well. Because what the Hangman is doing is the Hangman is not fighting against anything. The Hangman is in an awkward position. He's not in the best position, but he accepts. This is self-acceptance. The Hangman is sacrifice. The Hangman is just letting things go. It's just surrendering. So it may be that this is a week, especially if you're kind of like testing out a job. So this is kind of like testing the waters concerning a job, for example. Because look at how the Temperance card is like a magician. An alchemist can turn something from nothing into something. Or, you know, they're doing a few kind of like trials here. So they're doing a few kind of like scientific trials. Or the Temperance could be seen as somebody in a laboratory, like a laboratory assistant who's trying out different combinations and seeing how things work. But I think that you might be testing the waters in a job with that Temperance and the Knight of Coins. So I think it's actually saying to you for advice. If any of you guys are in a job or you've gone into a new team, it looks like it's something new and you're on trial in the job. It feels like it's the best for you to try and just surrender to somebody who could be quite bossy here, this Devil and the Queen of Wands. Because I think that the Queen of Wands aspected by the Devil is not a great combination. It just shows a really kind of bossy, very kind of full-on type of an individual. And I think that for some of you, did I call you Pisces? I'm hoping I didn't call you Pisces. For some of you Cancerians, there is going to be a need to just kind of put up with this person's energy until maybe, you know, because probably some of you guys are testing the waters in a job, i.e. you're on trial. You're trying out a job, for example, showing here, or until you've passed an exam, for example, in a job, and you know that you're secure and all the rest of it. It may be that at the moment you're just going to have to kiss ass before you can kick it, as it were. All right, so I think there's a need just to surrender to maybe somebody who could be quite bossy within your job. It may be a colleague, it could be a boss, until the trial is probably over. Finally, for love, let's have a look at this one. So messages with the Eight of Wands energy, communication messages, the Page of Wands energy. Getting a lot of messages. Could be some messages coming in from a new lover, perhaps. A younger lover with the Page of Wands energy showing there. The Ten of Cups. It's interesting when you get a Ten of Cups, because Ten of Cups can talk about fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. So maybe messages from a younger lover are quite fulfilling to you, emotionally fulfilling with the Ten of Cups energy showing there. Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles showing here. Okay, Page of Pentacles, and wow, you got another Queen of Wands showing there as well, Cancerians. So, let's have a look. So, the Page of Pentacles. That's interesting. It's an interesting combination for love. Well, let's start off with the Eight of Wands. We've got messages coming, communication coming in here. I think it may be from a younger lover or somebody who has a younger outlook, this Page of Wands. And I think that these could also be, very fulfilling. But I think that that's not a person. I think it's saying, however, there may be somebody else who's very attracted to you at the same time. I'm getting a couple of either younger lovers around Cancer, or I'm getting people who appear to be quite young. But whilst I see that there is quite nice messages coming from this younger page here, or somebody who seems to have a younger outlook, and those messages may be making you feel very, very happy. I think with this Ten of Cups, it's making you feel really fulfilled and good about yourself. I also think that you've got somebody else here, this page here, who's very attracted to you, because the Queen of Wands means to be attracted to someone or something. So I also feel, so it just feels in love. You've got a lot of, you've got a couple of younger people, or people who appear to have a younger outlook, or they may look younger. It looks to me like you've got a couple of people that are really attracted to you. It looks like you've got a, you've got a pick of a few people here, a couple of people who are possibly potential partners. And if they're not potential partners, Cancerians, then, at least you know that you've still got it, as it were. All right, let's very quickly do a roundup of the reading again. Let's just do a quick overview again. The general message is I see a new relationship coming in, and it's coming in really quickly with that Knight of Swords energy there. However, I think that distance with the Two of Wands energy is going to put some restrictions on this relationship. And it was clarifying, and it was saying that the restrictions are in terms of taking bold action, in terms of getting close. So, for example, things like maybe kissing or, you know, just getting really close, that type of thing. It may be that you have to wear protective gear with that Page of Coins, or you've just got to kind of be really wary and cautious of what you're doing there, which can put the kibosh a little bit on when you're trying to get to know someone in that way. In terms of work, I think that you're just going to need to have some patience with that Hangman. You're going to have to put up and shut up, just surrender to this person here with the Devil energy. And also the Temperance card is ruled by Sagittarius, so it shows somebody who's demonstrating something to you. So this person's probably trying to demonstrate or show you the job, and it may be that this person comes across as being really bossy, but it may also, because the Temperance card also means learning, so it could also be, if this isn't kind, it feels like it's a new job for some of you guys, like you're on trial either with those two cards or because you're learning. The Temperance card looks like she's showing you the job of the Knight of Coins. So I just feel that the advice for you this week, Cancerians, is if you're in a new job, you're being shown what to do, or you're on trial or something in a job, you know, that type of thing, it's important that you just surrender, put yourself in the hands of this really bossy individual here, because I think that they're trying to show you the best way to do the job, okay? You may not like how they come across, but I think that maybe what they could show you could possibly be invaluable. And finally, in terms of love, I'm getting messages coming from a younger, possibly fire sign individual, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, doesn't have to be, or just coming from somebody who's got this really kind of youthful look about them, or they've got this really kind of young vibe going on. And I think it's going to bring a lot of emotional fulfillment to you with that Ten of Cups. However, I do feel you've got another younger person, or somebody with a younger outlook, could be a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, doesn't have to be, who's also very attracted to you. So I think that maybe the 15th to the 21st for some of you Cancerians feels like you're actually sport for choice. Let's have a look at what the spiritual advice is, Cancerians. Your spiritual advice is risk it. So it says here, great things are born from those brave enough to fly, those who are willing to risk failure. Your dreams require action, and you're ready to make a move. Remember, you have nothing to lose. Even if you flop, you'll receive valuable insight. So get off your butt and take a leap. Go for it. Fantastic. All right, that is your reading for the week, guys. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you'd like to order a reading, hit me up on the comments section. The link to the website is in there or at the end screen. Have a great week, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.